It's live. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's February 14th. It's Valentine's Day, and well, welcome to the Narthex gathering for worship. And I started doing these gathering for worship things a while ago. I did them in the summertime. I think after we stopped. No, no, I've been waxing nostalgic a little bit. I'm thinking about why we do things and when we started doing things, and the answer to why we do things sometimes eludes me. But no, we started doing the Narthex. I didn't call it the Narthex Gathering for Worship way back at the beginning of the pandemic, just to test things out to make sure the camera and the microphone were working properly. Because we used to do the services live on Sunday mornings, which drove me crazy. I just couldn't do everything at once because there's so many things you have to do at once, and I just couldn't do it. And I found like if I had to do everything at once, I can't do anything in a way that I'm satisfied with. So stopped doing that, started pre-recording it. But I did like this kind of chance to, make extra announcements, kind of put things out there before the church service started because usually the church service is completely recorded and in the can by Friday. And things happen over the weekend that you want to announce. This week, there's really nothing I want to announce except for, well, what were we doing last year at this time? We had a pancake service. Remember that? It was a lot of fun. We had the Girl Guides in to raise money for their trip to the UK, which didn't happen because of the pandemic. But anyway, we got together on. Well, we were going to have our pancake supper. I thought, well, why don't we have a pancake brunch? And then why don't we make the pancakes during the service? And why don't we have the making of the pancakes part of the service? And that's what we did, except for the circuit breakers kept blowing and we had to come up with other plans to make them. But at the end of the day, we all had a lot of pancakes and we all had a lot of fun. And yeah, and that was the beginning of the end of Epiphany. It's Transfiguration Sunday today, just like it was one year ago. And then we went into Lent, and Lent really snuck up on me. I have found through self reflection during the pandemic that I tend to drill down on those things that I have control over. And there's been a certain myopic quality to the way I do things. That means I've been having tunnel vision. And tunnel vision is where I focus in on the things that are in front of me. And I'm finding it hard to think ahead. I'm finding it a little bit hard to think, okay, 2 or 3 weeks down the road. I think in sort of 1 day, 7 day chunks. And, like immediately after the service today, immediately before, even before, I start thinking about what I'm going to do for next week's service. What's that going to be about? Um, and I forget little things. Little threads are dropping. And that's true of a lot of people during this ongoing traumatic event is we little things get dropped. And I tend to really beat myself up over that. Like as an extrovert, as a in the moment, spur of the moment kind of guy in the best of times, something that I've come to peace with at 50, almost 50th year. I'm in my 50th year, almost 50 years old. Um, I find that like before I used to beat myself up over that quality of my personality, and so sometimes it's experienced by others and most deeply by myself is what people might describe as a lack of follow through or just big explosions of energy and ideas and creativity, and then some of them happening and a lot of them not. I mean, if I did everything that I thought up and planned to do, well, it's just impossible when you just couldn't do them all that to say is threads get dropped, and I forgive myself of that. And you should forgive yourself of that too, because again, ongoing traumatic event. It's good to check ourselves every once in a while, step back and say, all right, you know what? And here's my thing. I totally forgot about Ash Wednesday. Totally forgot about it. Ash Wednesday's been a service that we have done every year since I've been in Rothwell. Phil Fay used to burn the ashes for me. He used to burn the palms for me, and then I found a way to do it at my house that gave me lots of ashes, and I did it. And we've been having Ash Wednesday services, and our Ash Wednesday services are all like a lot of our other services a lot. I mean, other very small specialized services like Blue Christmas used to be, Ash Wednesday was the same, and you'd get a handful of people, maybe 12. It's a good number, but not a whole lot of people, and we'd have Ash Wednesday. Blue Christmas, we found we had about 100 people watched it. I mean, 100 devices watched it. That means there was probably more than 100 people who actually watched our Blue Christmas service, which tells us something, that doing Blue Christmas on YouTube and or live or both is something we need to continue to do. I suspect we would have had a pretty good turnout for Ash Wednesday. I forgot about it. And I didn't forget about Lent. I know that's coming. Other services that we have coming up that, I guess we have a certain amount of freedom to plan is our anniversary service. Our anniversary Sunday usually happens in March, in February-ish. Actually, it always happens in February. Rothwell is not really ever made. We've marked it, we've celebrated it, but it hasn't had the same kind of energy behind it as other churches do, and that's not bad or good. It's just, every church has got its own personality to it, and our Rothwell personality is not really to make a huge over the top deal of anniversary service, but it has been fun marking it. I remember one year we had a time capsule. Usually I have lots of photos. Sometimes we'll have reunion moments. So anniversary service, we're going to do an anniversary service sometime in the next coming weeks. And in order to make it something that we can all feel invested in, if you have an idea for an anniversary service, let me know about it. Let me know. Send me an email, mikepro@rogers.com, and let me know what your idea is, and we'll see if we can do it. After almost a whole year of doing this, I can't remember the date, but there was a day in March when we first started this whole thing last year, when the pandemic hit. What's the date? What's the date of the service? I'm gonna find out what the date of that service was, Mike. Yes, March 15th, 2020. That was the first online service that we did, right at the cusp of this crazy year. Um, anyway, since we've been doing that, we've gotten, I think, better at it, or different at it, and so there's opportunities for us to do all sorts of fun little things for Anniversary Sunday, as fun as this can be. This two-dimensional, dislocated, isolated experience that we've all been subjected to. So if there's a way that we can incorporate an idea of yours for Anniversary Day, we'll figure it out. So send me an email, mikepro@rogers.com, and we'll find a way to celebrate Anniversary Sunday. I mean, I would like to have a call in, or maybe we could have like a Zoom moment during the service where we can have folks come in from around the country, people who moved away, or people who are who knows, we've even got people overseas. That might be kind of fun. Ooh, I got an idea. We can maybe do something like a guess who this is type sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know. We can have fun with it. See, boom, boom, boom. The ideas are popping. So Anniversary Sunday coming up. Just depending on what our ideas are, we might need a couple weeks to figure it out and lead up to it. Lent one is next Sunday, and I'm beginning to have an idea of part of the video for that. I do want to thank Angela and Paul for their music. Angela came into the church to sing along to pre-recorded bits by Paul, and I don't know what this week's going to bring. We'll find out. The lockdown's over on Wednesday or Tuesday, so that means we might kind of loosen up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't want to speak for anybody. Again, it's fluid. Drill down on the things we can drill down on, and forgive ourselves for the threads that we drop. We're not going to get through this if we're kind of holding everyone accountable to every little thing. And Rothwell has shown a remarkable amount of grace, not just to me, but to each other and to the whole community, just by being kind and loving and going with the flow. And I do want to mention one thing. I have colleagues in the United States and some colleagues in Canada who feel tremendous pressure from their congregations to come back to in-person worship, full bore in-person worship. And I just don't feel that from you. And I think that shows that we care for each other and that we realize our health is paramount. 10:30. Gotta go. So anyway, we'll catch you on the other side. Join us for the Zoom coffee hour after the service. You'll find the links in various places around YouTube and in your emails and on the Facebook thing. And